Hey guys, it's Morgan. I am like super tired. It's like almost midnight, but I just wanted to address something that a lot of friends and family have been asking about, and that is my boyfriend, James. He's 21. We met 4 years ago at my friend's Sweet 16, and I just remember he was so sweet, and like, I liked him like a lot. And it was weird because, like, I don't know, I looked at him and I was like, wow, he's really cute. But he had a girlfriend and I didn't really think he felt the same, so I just kind of like left it at that or whatever. And then about a year later, he talked to me and he was like, hey, do you want to go on a date with me? And I had to be like, no, I'm sorry, I have a boyfriend, so that's not going to work. And so we didn't talk for a while. He actually messaged me again, summer of 2010. So this is 2 years straight now that he was just pursuing me, like trying to get me to go on a date with him. And I felt super bad. So in 2010, he messaged me on Facebook and asked if we could hang out. And I said, sure, let's get together, let's plan something. Well, we made plans and things didn't work out. They kind of fell through. And he moved to Missouri shortly after that, so we didn't talk for a while. And then here, just recently, September, we started talking again, and he's like, guess what? And I was like, okay, what? And he's like, well, I'm back in Kansas. So he's back now in my hometown, and he lives there. I was like, wow, that's really cool. So then we just start talking like all the time, like nonstop. He gave me his number, and I called him, and the first night we talked, we were up on the phone for like 6 hours, just talking about like everything, and we took time, and like we really got to know each other, and after a while I was like, hey, I really like you, you know, I think I want to see where this can go. So one day, I'm a student at Sterling College, so I'm an hour away from home. So I don't get to go home that much. Well, that weekend I was actually visiting in Wichita, and we made plans, and we finally, after 4 years, hung out. And then we decided that we wanted to be in a relationship. So we started dating, and ever since then, things have just been like awesomely amazing. And somebody's banging on the wall. That's awkward. Anyway, so it's just been awesome ever since. He is so sweet, and I can talk to him about anything, and it doesn't drive him crazy that half the time I'm talking about how awesome I think Taylor Swift is, because I'm like the hugest fan ever. Woohoo, love Taylor. He's really sweet. I will tell you how sweet this boy is. Okay, so one day we were hanging out and we were talking about something, and then out of nowhere he just starts doing these little things to just like get on my nerves, and I didn't know what was going on. Like, I thought it was something bad. And he was like, he said something about my hair or something, and I got mad. I was like, why would you say that? And he was like, I don't know. So I like walk out of the room, and I come back in, and he's sitting there playing with my phone. And there's nothing I hate more when there's somebody like messing with my phone. Like, that is my privacy. I hate that more than anything. So I just got even madder and madder. And then he'd like say like little comments just to make me mad. And I had no clue what was going on. And so then finally he was like, are you seeing red? And I was like, what? He was like, are you seeing red? And I was like, yeah, I'm that mad. And so then he walks out of the room and he pulls something out, and he was like, something like this red? And I was like, no, darker. And so he's like, okay. And then he was like, something like this red? And I was like, no, darker. And so then he comes back in the room, and he's holding this red Taylor Swift CD. I was like, oh my gosh, you planned this all along. You got me mad on purpose. And he was like, yeah, I did. And it was like the sweetest thing ever. Like, I ran up to him and I gave him the biggest hug. And I was like, oh my gosh, you're so sweet. And it was awesome. Like, I was instantly not mad, obviously, because he had planned that whole thing. I was like, wow. So, another thing is I have always had really big insecurity issues, like, with myself. I have self-image issues, and he constantly, on a daily basis, tells me how pretty he thinks I am, and just reminds me that I'm beautiful, and it means a lot to me, because I know that God made me beautiful, and sometimes it's just hard to remember that, but now it's kind of hard to forget, because he constantly tells me, like, all the time. Um, yeah. He's amazing, like, everything I've ever wanted in a guy, and he makes me really happy, and I do love him, and I just think he's the greatest thing ever, and I hope that one day all of you get to meet him and see how incredibly awesome he is, because he has just made me so happy. So, yeah, that's James, and I'm going to get off here because I'm getting ready to go to bed. I have class at like 8 in the morning, and so does my roommate, who is filming this right now because she's awesome. So, I love you guys, and I will see you when I can. I miss you, and James, I love you, I miss you. I'll see you next week. Have a good night.